Your dog did something today that you completely overlooked. Something that, according to animal behaviorists, was a direct message aimed straight at you and you missed it. Again, welcome to K9 Mind. Hit subscribe right now. Because what you're about to discover is going to permanently change the way you look at your dog. 16 behaviors, 16 secrets your dog has been trying to communicate to you for years. And we're opening with the one that plays out every single day, the one almost nobody interprets correctly. Why does your dog sit on your feet? Not beside you on the couch, not on the floor next to your chair, specifically on your feet. There's a precise reason for that exact location. Your feet carry the most concentrated version of your scent found anywhere on your entire body. To your dog's nose, which can be anywhere from 10,000 to 100,000 times more sensitive than yours, your feet are essentially a scent broadcast tower operating at full signal strength. When your dog parks themselves directly on top of them, they aren't simply looking for warmth. They are wrapping themselves in the most powerful, most potent version of you that exists. But there's a second layer to this, and it runs even deeper. Physical contact with a trusted human triggers an oxytocin release in dogs, the same bonding hormone, the same neurochemical cascade that fires between a mother and her newborn child. You are, biochemically speaking, their safe place, their anchor point in the world. When strangers enter the room and your dog presses themselves even harder against your feet, that isn't random behavior. That is a declaration. That is your dog saying, loud and clear in the only language they have, this human is accounted for. Step back. Hold on to that. Because almost every single behavior on this list connects back to that same core. Trust, safety, and a language you never knew was being spoken directly to you. Why does your dog growl when you wake them up? This one has genuinely terrified people into rehoming their dogs, and it stands as one of the most deeply unfair misunderstandings in the entire history of the human-dog relationship. Here's what the neuroscience actually tells us. During deep sleep, the region of the brain responsible for recognizing familiar faces and suppressing threat responses goes almost completely offline when a sleeping dog is suddenly touched. The brainstem fires a response before the conscious mind has even had a chance to wake up. That growl is not directed at you. Your dog doesn't even register that it's you yet. Now watch what happens 2 seconds later. The tail starts to move. The eyes soften. The dog may nudge you with their nose or rest their head against you. That's the moment the conscious brain catches up. The moment recognition arrives and the system resets. Punishing this behavior is one of the most damaging things you can do to your relationship. You aren't teaching your dog anything useful. You're teaching them that falling asleep near you is a dangerous gamble. Always use your voice first. Say their name softly. Give them a full second to surface. The growl disappears on its own every single time. Why does your dog eat dirt? Before you laugh this off, what you're about to hear is going to make you seriously reconsider your dog's entire diet. Geophagy, the deliberate, intentional consumption of soil, has been documented in wolves, elephants, gorillas, and dozens of other species across the animal kingdom. This is not random behavior. It is not a malfunction. Soil contains iron, zinc, magnesium, and calcium minerals that are frequently absent or present in insufficient quantities in commercial dog food. Their body is sending a signal, and they are following it with a level of biochemical precision that we don't always give them credit for.
It's okay,
Clay-rich
relax.
soil, in
There are just a
particular,
lot of people here
carries
tonight.
natural detoxifying properties. It binds to gastrointestinal irritants in a manner very similar to the way activated charcoal works. Pregnant dogs who chew on walls aren't acting out, they're targeting the calcium in plaster to address a real, measurable physiological deficit. Get blood work done before you attempt to correct this behavior. If the mineral panel comes back clean and normal, then yes, this becomes a conversation about mental stimulation. A chronically understimulated, bored dog will find occupation wherever it can. But lead with nutrition first. Assume the body before you assume the mind. We're only 3 behaviors in, and it's already more layered than most people ever realize. Stay with us. Why does your dog sneeze in the middle of playing? This one is genuinely beautiful once you understand what's actually happening. That sneeze mid-wrestle is not a coincidence. and it's not a distraction. It's what ethologists call a meta-signal, a real-time communication overlay that reframes everything happening around
Come on,
it in the
buddy, I
moment
have
it's
to go to
delivered.
work.
The
Move
translation?
your fluffy butt.
Everything I'm doing right now, the growling, the biting, the intensity, the chaos, it's all play. We're still good. I just want to make sure you know that. Without this signal, high arousal play can escalate into genuine conflict. The nervous system doesn't always have a clean way of distinguishing between real combat and play combat without a reset cue built into the interaction. The sneeze is that reset. It's a built-in de-escalation tool operating in real time. Dogs who use this signal frequently are, according to behavioral research, typically more socially intelligent and better equipped at maintaining long-term relationships with both humans and other animals. Try sneezing back.
Stop, that tickles.
Deliberately.
Good morning.
What's your dog's reaction? That response alone will tell you more about the depth of your bond than almost anything else on this entire list. Why will your dog only eat when you're in the room? The food has been sitting in the bowl for over an hour. Your dog is clearly hungry, you can see it. But they will not touch a single bite until you're physically present. This is pack protocol, and it runs extraordinarily deep. In wild canine social structures, eating alone is inherently dangerous. You are exposed, distracted, and completely vulnerable to everything around you. Eating is a communal event governed by hierarchy, trust, and mutual protection. Your dog isn't waiting for your permission in some submissive, fearful sense. They are requesting a sentinel, a guard, someone to stand watch while they occupy one of their most vulnerable states. Your presence doesn't simply grant permission to eat. It activates the neurological safety state that makes eating feel safe at all. Without that signal, the body simply won't relax enough to engage with food. Here's the practical problem you need to think about now. A dog that has only ever eaten with you present can develop genuine distress and active food refusal during extended absences, boarding trips, hospital stays, travel. If this is your dog, begin introducing brief departures during mealtimes now, before this pattern calcifies into a crisis. And we haven't even arrived at the behaviors that most owners misread as personality problems. Number 9 is the one that changes everything. Why does your dog suddenly tear through the house like something has gone terribly wrong? Nothing is wrong. In fact, everything is exactly right. The scientific term for this is frenetic random activity period, FRAPS. And they happen because dogs were biologically engineered over thousands of years to cover up to 30 miles a day. The domestic dog covers 30 feet of living room. Energy accumulates in the nervous system with nowhere meaningful to go. When it reaches a critical threshold, the motor system triggers a full, rapid discharge. FRAPs happen most predictably on low-activity evenings, immediately following baths, and after periods of sustained emotional tension inside the house. During a FRAP, your dog's pupils dilate, their ears flatten, and they enter a kind of structured chaos that typically lasts between 3 and 8 minutes, and then they collapse and fall asleep almost instantly. This is a regulatory reset. It is healthy.
It's all right,
It is
friend.
normal.
You're doing so well.
Your only real job during a FRAP
Here's a little
is to
treat
move
for
the
you.
breakable things out of the blast radius. Why does your dog hide treats in your bed? You found things under your pillow that defied all reasonable explanation. Here it is. Your bed holds the single highest concentration of your scent anywhere in the entire house. To your dog's olfactory system, it is the most heavily claimed, most fiercely protected territory in the home. By straightforward dog logic, it is therefore the most strategically secure location available for storing anything of value. Treating it like a vault isn't irrational. It's actually the most rational decision your dog can make given the information available to them. The hoarding instinct itself is ancient. It exists because food availability in the wild is unpredictable. Competition is fierce, and resources do not last forever. This behavior persists in dogs that have never gone hungry a single
Hey,
day
buddy.
in their
Did you
entire
miss me?
lives.
I missed you too.
Because instinct does not wait for necessity. It operates on a timeline of millions of years, not individual experience. The forgetting is also genuinely real. Spatial memory for cache locations in dogs is inconsistent and unreliable. Your dog may have absolutely no idea that there's something fossilized between your mattress and the wall right now. Regular inspections, no punishment. The instinct operates well below the level of conscious decision-making. Why does your dog whimper when you cry? In 2018, researchers at the University of London published findings that confirmed something dog owners had always known deep down, but that science had spent years struggling to formally prove. Dogs respond to human emotional distress with what the study formally described as empathic concern. Not simply learned association, not conditioned response, something functionally similar to genuine compassion. When you cry, three things shift simultaneously, and your dog detects all three without effort. Your breathing pattern changes, your heart rate changes, and your body chemistry changes. The hormonal signature of your tears and your skin shifts in ways that your dog's nose reads as a clear distress signal with an immediate urgency. They don't understand the source of your pain, but they feel the weight of it. The whimper you hear is their own distress response, triggered directly and involuntarily by yours. Some dogs lick your face. Some bring you objects because bringing resources is their instinctive crisis response. Some press their entire body against you and simply go still. Different dialects, same sentence. I'm here. I feel it too. Why does your dog lie on your suitcase? We promised you this one. Here it is. Your dog has made one of the most precise associative connections in their entire behavioral repertoire. Suitcase equals your disappearance. The moment that luggage surfaces from the closet, their entire behavioral strategy shifts into problem-solving mode. Lying on it is not drama. It is not manipulation. It is logic. If the suitcase cannot be packed, the departure cannot happen. Given the tools available to them, it is a genuinely elegant solution. The secondary behavior, pressing their body into your clothing, your shoes, every item you're gathering is olfactory marking, operating in both directions simultaneously. They're sent onto your things, your scent deeper into their coat. It is preparation for absence, a biochemical version of holding on as long as possible. Dogs that escalate to hiding your keys or urinating on your luggage are not acting out of spite. They are in the grip of genuine panic. That behavior deserves compassion, not punishment, and a real, thoughtful desensitization protocol. Why does your dog lick the air? Dogs possess an organ that humans simply do not have. The vomeronasal organ, located in the roof of the mouth. It detects chemical compounds that the standard nose misses entirely. Air licking directs scent molecules toward this organ for a deeper, more thorough chemical analysis than standard olfaction alone can provide. Think of it as switching from standard definition to high definition sensory processing. That's the normal version. One or two air licks near something new or interesting, pure sensory curiosity in action. It means something interesting is happening nearby, and your dog wants the full picture. What matters what you need to pay attention to is this. Persistent, rhythmic air, licking throughout the day, with no obvious olfactory trigger in the environment. That is a documented symptom of nausea, acid reflux, and dental pain. The motion provides minor, temporary relief from oral discomfort. It is also a recognized displacement behavior tied directly to anxiety. 1 air lick means curiosity. 10 air licks in an hour means you need to make the appointment. Why does your dog sit with their back to you? This is the one that most people read completely and entirely backwards. In canine body language, the back is the most vulnerable surface on the body. Deliberately exposing it to another individual is the highest possible expression of trust available in their social vocabulary. It means you are certain, absolutely certain, that the individual behind you will not attack from your blind side. Certain enough to leave it completely open. When your dog sits with their back pressed against you, they are making the most profound statement they are capable of delivering. This is not dismissal. This is not indifference. This is the canine equivalent of saying, with total conviction, I trust you completely. You are safe. The second layer runs even deeper. When your dog faces outward, while their back rests against you, they are performing active protective surveillance on your behalf. They are scanning the room so that you don't have to. The unspoken agreement, operating in real time.
Friend.
You
You're
cover
doing
my
so
back.
well.
I'll cover your front. A dog
Here's a
that
little
never
treat
turns
for
their
you.
back to you is a dog that is still watching you. The trust isn't fully there yet. When it finally arrives, when that back finally turns, you'll recognize exactly what it means. Why does your dog steal food off the table? Here's the part that's going to make you a little uncomfortable. From your dog's perspective, they did absolutely nothing wrong. Canine moral reasoning around food does not include the concept of property ownership. In pack feeding dynamics, food belongs to whoever is actively and visibly defending it. An unguarded plate, no growling, no hovering, no active presence means that food is available. The guilt you read on their face afterward is not remorse. It is fear of your reaction. Your dog has learned that after certain specific sequences of events, you become unpredictable and frightening. They're not connecting what they did with your anger.
Hey,
They're
buddy.
just afraid
Did you
of what you're
miss
doing
me?
right now.
I missed
Punishing
you too.
after the fact accomplishes exactly one thing. It makes your dog afraid of you for reasons they are completely unable to understand. Real-time correction or consistent environmental management are the only tools that actually work here. Why does your dog howl when left alone? The howl is not sadness. It is an emergency broadcast. In wild canids, the howl is a long-range acoustic locator, engineered to carry over miles of open terrain, built specifically to trigger a reunion response from separated pack members across vast distances. Your dog cannot distinguish between you being at work for the day and you being gone permanently. Their pack simply disappeared. They are broadcasting their location and waiting, hoping for someone to come back. Research using continuous audio monitoring has shown that the majority of separation howling peaks within the first 15 to 20 minutes after departure and then gradually subsides on its own. This tells us two important things. Your neighbor's suffering is front-loaded, and this behavior is highly, reliably treatable. Gradual desensitization, systematically building tolerance for solitude through careful, incremental exposure, resolves this pattern in the vast majority of cases. Start with 2 minutes. Return before the anxiety reaches its peak. Build slowly, incrementally, and with patience. Punishment makes this worse every single time, without exception. Why does your dog shake toys violently? That lateral snap, the rapid, violent side-to-side shake, is the terminal kill sequence used on small prey animals in the wild. A single, well-executed cervical shake ruptures the spinal cord of a rat or a rabbit. This motor pattern is hardwired into the canine nervous system at a level that completely bypasses conscious decision-making. It is not chosen, it simply fires. The squeak activates it even deeper. It mimics the sound of distressed prey, which signals to your dog's nervous system that the behavior is working, that the hunt is reaching its conclusion. The toss and recapture sequence that follows throwing the toy into the air and then lunging onto it simulates escape and pursuit. And here's the part that makes this extraordinary. This applies to every single breed. Chihuahuas, Cavalier King Charles Spaniels, dogs bred over centuries specifically to sit on royal laps and do absolutely nothing demanding. The instinct does not care about lifestyle or breeding purpose. Let them shake the toy vigorously. It is one of the most complete, most comprehensive forms of psychological enrichment available to any domestic dog. Why does your dog run from the camera? Your camera lens is a fixed, unblinking, circular eye aimed directly at your dog from close and deliberate range.
It's all
In
right,
canine
friend.
social signaling,
You're doing so
sustained, unbroken, direct eye
Here's a little
contact
treat for
is
you.
not warmth. It is not affection. It is a dominance display, a challenge signal, and a potential threat. The eye that doesn't blink, the eye that doesn't look away, the eye that moves directly toward you without hesitation. By every rule in your dog's behavioral programming, that eye is doing everything wrong. And your lens is exactly that eye. It stares, it never blinks, and when the flash fires, it adds a sudden, blinding stimulus on top of an already confrontational interaction. Your dog is not being difficult. They are not being uncooperative for the sake of it. They are responding precisely as their deep behavioral programming requires them to respond when faced with a direct challenge signal. Shoot from the side angle, eliminate the flash entirely, use high-value
Hey,
treats
buddy.
to build a
Did you
completely
miss
new
me?
association
I
with the
missed you
camera
too.
over time. Your dog's comfort is worth significantly more than a perfectly centered portrait. Why does your dog lick you? We saved this one for last. Deliberately. Allogrooming, mutual grooming between social animals, is one of the primary mechanisms through which mammalian bonds are formed reinforced, and sustained across time. It begins in the very first hours of life. The mother licks the puppy to stimulate breathing, to get the blood moving, to deliver the very first signal of safety that new life will ever receive. That association, licking equals the safest, most wholly loved moment of existence, is formed before the puppy's eyes have even opened for the first time. It never goes away. When your dog licks you, they are reaching all the way back to that foundational memory. They are grooming a member of their social group. They are building a shared scent profile. They are marking you as belonging to the same unit, the same family as them. The location of the licking matters. Face licking after a separation is decontamination, actively removing the unfamiliar scents you collected while you were away and replacing them with something known and safe. Persistent licking of a specific area on your body is active medical assessment. Dogs have been formally documented detecting early-stage cancers and oncoming diabetic episodes through what initially appeared to be nothing more than routine, affectionate licking. And that puppy behavior, licking the mother's muzzle to request food and comfort and reassurance, persists in adult dogs too. When your dog licks your face, they are also, in a very real and meaningful sense, treating you as the most important figure in their entire world. The one they came from, the one they return to. That rough tongue is the oldest living language between your two species. A ritual of recognition that has been running continuously for 15,000 years. Now you speak it. If this changed the way you see your dog, share it with one person whose dog deserves to be truly understood. Subscribe to K9 Mind and drop a comment below with the behavior on this list that your dog does the most. We read